We're here with the coolest person from England, Chloe Pets.
We have the most unbelievable guest. Say hello, Chloe.
Hi, I thought you were talking about King Charles for a moment.
I also just millennial paused before I said the name, and that felt really weird.
I went, are you going? Guys, we have the most unbelievable episode. Please strap in. Chloe is an unbelievable comic from the UK, stand-up comedian. We love them so much, adore them. They are so funny. This is such a strong episode.
Yep.
Please enjoy. I'm not even telling you what's in it.
You just need to watch it.
Enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome to the most mind-blowing episode of Ratbag that you will ever experience in your lifetime. We have the comedian Chloe Pets with us today.
Welcome to Ratbag.
Give it up for Chloe Pets. What do you have to say to the rats, Chloe
Thanks
Pets?
for having me. Well, I'm just so happy to be here. Look, this is a dream come true. I will say that I was hoping so much that you would invite me on that I wrote some notes about what I would say on the plane over.
No, you didn't.
Wait, as in to answer questions, or is in your opening speech?
Well, there was some stuff that occurred.
Stuff to get
it's
off
a bit
your
of a whip.
chest.
Yeah, give us your whip. Off you go, work in progress.
Well, there was just stuff that occurred to me, and I was like, well, I've got nowhere to put that. Where would I put that? And
You
I was
can
like,
put it here.
I'll put it on Ratbag.
We take all the weird dregs.
Yeah.
Like, you can give us whatever you want.
We'll take your set dregs.
This is perfect.
Yeah,
the stuff
it's
that
not
didn't
good
make it
enough for
into the show.
stage, but for Mel Sam, it's good enough.
No, hell yeah.
For these cunty little couches, it makes it.
Yeah, I think so. I also like that you've given me like a sort of like yassified piles pillow.
Yeah.
It's a yassified chessboard.
It's also the I love that we've gone full femme, soft
Practical.
femme, butch chessboard.
Yeah, yeah, I'm butch. I'm a logical thinker. Yeah, and I've got piles.
That's a crazy bracelet.
You got holes to play with.
That's such
Always
fun.
good.
For anyone that doesn't have the pleasure of knowing you, do you want to give some of the rats just a bit of intel? Who are you sitting on this couch right now? What do you do?
My name is Chloe Pets. I'm a stand-up comedian.
Yes, you are.
I do a lot of stand-up. That's mainly what I do.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of soccer.
Yes, you do.
Thanks so much for using the word soccer so our Australian fans will understand.
You're football.
It is weird. Like people either love it or hate it when I say soccer.
Yeah.
There will always be some
Aussies don't even like it.
Some Aussies are like, it sounds weird when you say it.
Yeah, because we're used to saying football.
Yeah, but then you think I'm talking about AFL.
No, but if anyone who knows literally anything knows that if a UK person says football, it means
We know
soccer.
you mean soccer.
Really?
Yeah,
But we're pretty
100%.
smart, so maybe we're just genius.
Do you
You are smart, but also some audiences are defiant. Like, I think
Yeah.
old white men are like, why aren't you calling it fucking soccer, mate?
Yeah, very impressive.
That's
Thank you.
actually not a bad accent.
Thanks.
Do you have an AFL team?
Well, apparently, I'm meant to support Western Bulldogs.
And why
Because
is
they're the
this?
gayest team ever.
What if I got that right?
Yeah, West
Yeah,
Bulldogs.
Western Bulldogs.
West Bulldogs.
Western Bulldogs.
Western
Yep.
Bulldogs. Because they play in my team, Crystal Palace's colours, and apparently they're a bit shit. But sometimes good.
That's cute. It's
And
giving,
is that the same as Crystal Palace? They're a little bit
Exactly.
shit and sometimes good.
Yeah.
it's giving underdogs.
Yeah, it's giving underdogs.
It's giving underdogs.
I
Giving underdogs.
love that.
It's no word of a lie that some of our rap bags are pre-recorded, and we're pre-recording this one during the throes of the Melbourne International Comedy
Yes.
Festival. We're a week and a bit into our show. You're here to do your show. Have you opened yet?
I've opened for quite a long time. It's been like a week now.
has been a
Fantastic.
week.
Now, what's your show called?
How You See Me, How You Don't.
Brilliant
And what's
title.
the essence of this show? Is there like one main story that you kind of cover? Is it... Tell us about the show, please.
Well, listen, director's commentary, there is one main story that I tell, but it is also like just loads of digressions.
Yeah.
To
Great.
kind of like hang the... It was like I wrote the stand-up and then we kind of put a 3-act structure on it at the end for satisfactory
And then you
reasons.
took the dregs and you said, I'll save that for Mel and Sam's comfy
Yeah,
little couch.
Hell
I said,
yeah.
this isn't going to make the cut, so but I know just the place for it.
Wait a minute.
We are just
on a
the gutter
second.
of comedy. Like
We
all
literally are a
comedians.
sparkly little gutter where all the rats go.
Yeah.
Down the drain.
That's kind of
Yes.
cute, isn't it?
Hell yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Do you have a director of your show?
Yeah, his name's Adam Drake. He's such a nice man.
Oh,
He's a
yeah,
really
just-
nice man. I think the main thing that he does when he's directing my show is just like laugh so profusely and then look like blown away by everything I've said. And I'm like, I don't think that was good. I think that was really...
You need that kind of confidence.
But then by the time I've got to stage, I'm like, well, this is killer.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Chloe Pets.
I'm ready for it.
And it's I was just about to ask you, I was going to say, are you a words of affirmation person? Do you need a director who's going to be like, this is so funny? But then the question is simply, what are your number one love languages?
This was
Big.
I had this on my list. Too.
Did you really?
Yep, I did.
So fucking locked in this gutter, man.
Such like you're such like Gen Z millennials.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank
Because you
for that.
technically are millennials, right?
Not me.
I'm millennial, Mel's Gen Z,
I'm
which
Gen
is
Z.
why
But you're the biggest Gen Zer of them all.
But I'm trying. It's performative Gen Zification.
Yeah, but no one's questioning it.
Thank you.
Whoa.
And do you know what?
It's-
She's
Botox.
tattooing that on her ass. So she remembers you said that.
Are you words of affirmation as well?
Do you know her at all?
Are you kidding me? Words of affirmation.
Here's
yes.
a test to see how good friends we are. Can
Yeah.
you guess mine? No pressure. I'll give you.
I think it could be words of affirmation because you're like a lot of people in my life. You give them a compliment and they like go so uncomfortable, but you give you a compliment and you're like, thanks. But I think also you're kind of like correct. So like maybe you don't need the words of affirmation because you've given them to yourself. So
I'll give you a clue. You're more on track with the latter. I have a theory about words
gift
of
giving.
affirmation.
Wait, no, hang on.
Chloe Pets, that's so rogue. Gift giving.
What is it? What are they? Gift giving?
I'll
Words of
give you the list.
affirmation?
It's gift giving, acts of service, physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation.
Physical touch.
Nailed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hugely.
Yeah.
Hugely.
My tactile bub.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yep.
we always sort of sit with at least one limb touching. I
Yeah,
would say.
I also am going to call it out, and I think it's bloody beautiful on this Nickelodeon set.
Go on.
I think the three of us are all sitting out. We are all massive romantics. No,
Big
are you
Yeah,
a big romantic person?
Yeah, big romantic. Yeah.
Wait, pause. We're putting a pin in the romance cushion because
Okay.
we're getting there. Answer the question about love languages first.
Words of affirmation.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
words,
Words of affirmation.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Literally boring. Moving on. Tell us about your girlfriend. I'm bored.
Nina. No, I feel like we have all sat over many a beer just talking about how much we love and love our partners. Have you always been a romantic?
Yeah, I think so. But I always feel like, well, I'm trying to write about it in my new show, which is going to be called Chloe Pet's Big Naturals.
Nice.
Because, like, I feel like I was either unlucky in love in my 20s or but like just bad at it. Like I think it gets to a point where it's like you're not unlucky. It's like, no, there's a pattern here and I need to do something to sort this out.
Yep, absolutely.
And so I've always like wanted this sort of like big romantic love. But I think sometimes that can get in the way of you seeing the person in front of you as like an actual fully rounded
Yes.
person.
Yes.
You see them as like representing
Yep.
Yep.
this great romance.
Yes.
And
Yep.
then when you get to see them as like an actual real person, you're like, hang on.
Wait a minute.
Wait a damn
What's
second.
going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it sort of blows up in your face.
Yeah.
So like, I think what's great about the relationship that I'm in now is that it's just really realistic and really nice, and like we can be honest. We just kind of get it.
How good's falling in love with real people, man?
I love it.
Not ideas of people.
Not
real people.
Did you feel like you had a because you know how they say that when you are queer, you have that second puberty when you come out and you almost go back a few years. So when you're queer and you're 19 and you're dating, you could actually be 16 because you're experiencing everything for the first time. Did you feel this with your coming out experience, that you went backwards a bit or not at all?
I don't think so, because I think my coming out was so near puberty that
Sure.
it was like this second puberty has sort of elided with the first puberty. It's
Yep.
a sort of back-to-back double puberty.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
You went to creche with a carabiner on your rumper. You were just like, no worries, I'll help you build that cot for myself.
yeah, anyone got any DIY that needs doing? You need me to bleed a radiator?
You with crayons, like, anyone got an IKEA program I can mark up with this crayon?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't go backwards, or good on you.
Nina or brag alert.
Next question alert.
But how does it work if you have your awakening before you've even reached puberty?
Well, that's
does your
a great
actual
question.
puberty then become your second puberty?
Maybe it's like supercharged.
Well,
You have two in
because
one. Yeah.
Sammy also like came out like pretty early.
Yeah.
Like,
How
high
old were
school.
you?
I came out when I was 17. But I think people knew for a while before then.
Yeah.
Were you just like going around humping legs?
Yes. Thanks for asking. My parents listen to this pod, but yes.
Yeah, but like they've seen your comedy. Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
much
no.
worse than that.
Yeah.
I feel like I can speak to this question.
Oh, yeah.
Because something that I feel like I actually like grieve and mourn it. Like I actually really like am sad that I didn't get to have it and I've mentioned it on pod before, but you know when you're in high school and everything's turbo and like your hormones are everywhere and you're going through that like gorgeous like puberty moment and you're like having rogue crushes or like being a bit of a fuckboy and like fucking around and like doing weird things and sleeping with one person and then breaking your heart and then going to the other person. I'm like, I wish I had that through the queer lens when I was in high school because I'm like, oh, I wish that I like broke a girl's heart and then like turned around and like was with someone else and like just for the learning experience of it all because I feel like it's a fundamental teenager experience. But I was way too measured. And then I'm like, because the relationship I'm in now is my first ever relationship. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's also measured and gorgeous and regulated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never had the experience of being like, you're a fuckwit. And like just getting to like be like stupid.
I feel like you think people were shagging around in their teens a lot more than they were. I think
Interesting.
everyone was just sort of like there was obviously those rare people that were doing a lot of shagging.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't think you missed out on as much, and I think it's nice to have perfect love rather than messy dramatic love.
Okay, thank
But
you so
we
much for
can
that.
also stage some for you if you like.
Yeah, I'd be into that actually. Maybe after the pod we could all have a fight.
Well, you could come into Max Watts and sort of like slap me around the face.
I like that.
How dare you?
I like that.
And then that slap where you clap your hands and then I'll fall over.
I know how to do
100%.
those as well.
Yeah.
I'm primed in stage combat. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Does not surprise me.
I went to drum school, man.
And then we can
What's your love language? Stage combat?
then we
slap
can
around.
pen some hectic Tumblr posts that
Yeah.
feel loaded about you. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. What's it called when you like tweet something that's obviously about someone, but you're being like, it's like
Subtweet?
yeah, subtweet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like start
Deliberate
subtweeting. I'm like, imagine being a comedian from the UK who likes footy and then like fucking coming into the podcast and you don't know who this is about.
Wait, did you just say that you would bring Twitter back even though no one's going on it because you think I'm such a millennial that's the only thing I use?
I'm trying to make sure you can understand me.
Why is everyone off X?
We're not speaking the same language.
Do you identify as a millennial? Do you wear the coat and go, hell yeah, I'm a millennial?
Like, there's no time more than coming to Melbourne where I feel like a millennial.
Why is that?
Oh, man. Because I always make an effort with my outfit.
You
like, for a
always
show.
are extremely well dressed. Let's call it.
Chloe
for what it
has
is.
unbelievable
Style.
fashion sense.
Well, that's very kind of you to
It's
say.
true.
Because I get a little bit worried that like I turn up in my sort of my shacket and my tie, and I'm thinking, God, I'm looking lovely today. Oh God, I'm looking fantastic.
Yeah.
And then I get to my show every day, and I'm there with like, honestly, the 3 people that work on my show are like cool non-binary people.
Naturally.
It's Melbourne. Brooke's got a mullet.
Yep.
You know, she's always wearing like black cargos and then like a little sort of like Uniqlo thing underneath her Melbourne International Comedy Festival
Because
thing.
of course.
About seven different necklaces,
Yeah.
like all the earrings around her ear. And I'm like, well, that's what cool looks like. But then I think it couldn't be me because I would just look like I was playing a Gen Zer. And I think I've got to stick to my zone. So that's why I'm 100% a millennial. I realise I do the millennial pause. I thought I was above it, but I do it.
You do the millennial.
I do
pause.
it.
Yeah.
But it's not because I think like I'm using like a digital camera.
No.
rather than
No. It's pausing
It's something
your
like
life.
deep within you. I imagine. I can't relate, but I assume.
But so hang on a
The
minute.
space
You
is
just
beautiful.
tap it, off you go.
Yeah,
So it's
one of these ones.
Tap.
like-
Hi guys, you're right.
Yeah,
Whereas I
absolutely.
just be like tap.
Yeah. What's the
Beat.
theory? It's because it's based off a time when you have to press go
And then there was
it
a lag.
Make sure it's
took a second.
recording.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
now there's this whole thing of like performative pretending to crash the video down and start filming that's now become a trend in itself that's actually not authentic.
Yeah, what do
Should
they
I
call
start
that?
doing that?
The Gen Z
Shake.
the Gen Z shake.
So what's the Gen Z show?
It's when they'll grab their camera
Like this.
roll and
Okay,
they'll-
guys, so-
yeah, and they'll put it down, and as they're talking, it'll hit, the table they're leaning it against. But I do it deliberately in content that I'm filming, but it's not real. I like plan to put it down as I'm saying.
Because it's also meant to be
Looks
like
chaotic and
what's it
thrown
called?
together.
A trigger or something of like it keeps people engaged if you're like immediately moving it or something stupid. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway.
I have a question for you that's a random pivot from the...
What I love is
Yeah.
how both of you introduce your questions by going, I have a question for you.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Like, I didn't think your inflection at the end of your sentence was... Okay, you've come on this podcast, I have a question.
I was like, call us crazy while we're actually having some questions on this podcast.
Imagine if, like, the most like hard-hitting interviewers that we've ever seen were like... Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo, I have a question for you.
No.
It's so true. I've also never clocked that. We've done that in all guest episodes, being like, we have a question.
Newsflash, got a question.
It's like, that's fucking
Because
crazy.
I feel if I went straight in with the question, it maybe wouldn't have landed as
That's
well.
totally fine.
Whoa.
Like, you've understood the rhythms and the beats.
100%.
Yeah.
I want to know, because you are obviously incredibly hilarious, you're a stand-up comedian. Also, the first time I saw you do something funny on stage was when we were all at Edinburgh Fringe and you were on a lineup night and you started to do your set, but then instead of doing your 5 minutes, you just got distracted by someone wearing glasses in the audience and railroaded your performance to talk about trying on different people's glasses and swapping them around the audience. And I went, that is someone that is just so comfortable with crowd work and it could never be me. And I take my hat off to you. I hate crowd work. I'm not good at it.
You also didn't they also go behind, you went behind the curtain and found a hard hat or something or some tape?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
from
Remember
like
this gig?
your
to
show.
fix the glasses.
To fix the
Yeah,
glasses.
there was a man
That's
with
okay.
broken glasses.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, tell the story.
I can't even really remember because it's sort of so part of the course. But from my
You're like, I'm funny every night.
This
man.
isn't
Shut
even
up.
the question.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I get so distracted constantly that I'm like, which time did I get distracted? But I think I remember that the audience were just being fucking dry.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
material.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was like, right, let's just go into the audience
Yeah,
and try
yeah,
and
yeah.
relate to
Such
them
a
little
skill,
bit.
yeah.
And then some guys' glasses were like, he only had one arm.
One arm.
You were like mesmerised by it.
And I was like, how are they staying on? And then he had
How
to
are they staying on?
He had to-
How are them ones staying on?
how are them ones staying on? I just became like a Victorian urchin.
You turn into
How are
Gav
them
Ross.
staying on?
How are them glasses staying on? We didn't have glasses in the revolution. Sorry, carry on.
No, that was, I love
He lives in me.
Yeah, I really think we should always interrupt answers with impressions of Gav Ross.
No, I
if,
agree.
if you feel one moving
Naturally.
through,
I think
you
it's
must stop.
really important.
Naturally.
So I said I would get some tape. He had the second arm, so I said I would get some tape and fix it. Obviously, made it worse. And then the best bit was that his mate next to him had glasses, and then his mate's glasses didn't have any lenses in them.
What's going on with that?
I thought we were past that.
Yeah.
That's quite a millennial thing.
I was going to
isn't
say,
it?
speak about
That's-
millennial,
yeah, that's-
schmillennial.
the movie 3D glasses without the lenses in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that wasn't even going to be the question that I was going to
Sorry,
ask.
Yeah, you
I
said here's a
railroaded.
question, and then
No,
it was a big statement.
You didn't railroad it all.
We said here's a question, and then we said, remember that time when you were really funny?
Yeah, my lead
Anyway.
my lead in was going to be, how hilarious you were in that bit. But my question was going to be, genuinely, have you always been funny? Were you the funny kid in school? Where does this love of comedy and being funny come from? Has it always been within you?
I love that question.
Tell me everything about it.
That was a really beautiful question.
I love
Thank
that
you.
question.
And I'm going to listen to your answer to
And
that question.
I have an answer for you.
Tell me.
Well, I always say that I wasn't the funniest one in my family because my mum and dad and my brother are so funny.
Nice.
And I also feel like because I was the youngest, I was always like profiled as like the bookish, serious one.
Yeah.
And they were like really silly and like knew how to make each other laugh because, you know, mum and dad had probably at that point about 15 years on me. And, you know, in terms of working out how to make each other laugh. And my brother was 2 years older, so he had 2 years on me.
Yeah.
And I always felt like, the quite serious, boring one. And then when I went to school, I found like silliness. And I learned how to make people laugh.
That's so
and I also
gorgeous.
do have this strong sense of like, when I was in year 6, there was this girl who I will leave nameless, but like, I didn't know that what I was doing was like fancying her and flirting with her. But I was like trying to make her laugh all the time.
So gorgeous.
So I think it was just like trying to trying to hit on women from a very young age.
I love that.
And then I went to an all-girls school, so it was just like constant women everywhere to sort of hit
you're
on.
so lucky.
Because we all know if you're funny, you can get away with a lot.
Yeah,
You can hump as many legs as
you
you
can
like.
hump so many legs if you're saying
It's just
some riddles and
constant
jokes.
That's a surefire way to be humping legs.
Yeah. You'd be like, oh, you found that funny? Can I hump?
We should start our own comedy festival just for humps.
And it's
Instead of
called
just
My
for
Hump.
laughs. Yeah.
Just for humps.
Oh, just for humps. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay.
Sorry, I should have. I didn't.
Hey,
that was
give me a
bad-
workshop.
Hey,
Give me
hey.
a workshop.
I was like, my
was a bad
humps
setup.
after the Black Eyed Peas song.
No,
You know,
the
millennial.
lesbian comedy festival just for humps.
That's also just reminded me of there was this girl at my school called
Humps.
I probably shouldn't say her name, but one time we saw her eating a flump marshmallow. We had
What
this-
is that?
What the frick
There was
frack
this-
is a flump?
There's this brand of marshmallows in the UK, which is like a long string of marshmallow. Like it's like maybe like 4 marshmallows like plaited together.
Oh, like a nerd rope, but not. Doesn't matter.
Something, like a nerd rope, but
Yeah, no,
with,
thanks for it.
with
Yeah.
marshmallow, yeah.
Yep.
And we saw this girl eating a flump the year that My Humps came out. So we just called her My Flumps.
That's perfect.
And every time she walked down, My Flumps.
I hope Flumps is listening to this now.
I'm so glad we have the title for the pod already. Chloe Pets is a bully. I'm just like, nah, I used to bully this person.
She loved it, yeah.
Oh my god.
I have a question. I've done it again. I have a question.
Go on.
Signposting. I want to know, can you talk a little bit about
Yeah.
doing comedy in Australia, v UK, v elsewhere? What are the like audience vibes? Do you have
Yeah.
to change any of your comedy? What's the like, because I know obviously like we did our first Edinburgh last year and we found it was like a really different experience, but I want to hear about your
From the other
thoughts.
side.
And if there's no changes, that's okay too. Just curious.
Please, can you tell me what you think first so I can steal your answers?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because
I can
I'm
do
not
that.
sure.
Absolutely, I can do that. We found in Edinburgh, we had to change
The darker stuff.
with the darker stuff to be a little less dark.
That's incredibly interesting because I was going to say I have to change the darker stuff.
The
here.
other way.
I wonder
It's
if
not
it's
even-
just because we are the foreign one coming in with darkness.
It feels bolder, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, are you talking specifically about having to take
The F slur.
The F slur out?
We had to take the F slur and our song Babies Are Cancelled, which
Yes.
is a joke about babies not doing the work. It's a satirical take on babies. They didn't like some of the jokes in it and found it too
Really?
far.
Yeah.
We have a joke about cesareans and you could see the entire audience's assholes go at once.
Was
we
that
just had
because you
to
were
cut
getting
it.
like an older audience? Because I feel like if you did that in London, people wouldn't really care.
And it was a real mix. It wasn't like it always didn't hit. Like, and
Yeah.
by the
Yeah.
end, I think it was more about we found that we had to adjust our performance style a little bit.
Yep.
I think actually this
Interesting.
is definitely true. I feel like here we have a bit more of a like we come out on stage and we're like we're fucking pop stars. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Whereas in the UK, we
Yep.
felt like we had to adjust a bit
We
more.
don't like that.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
And this is the thing.
It's like having tickets on yourself. It's
Yeah.
not as...
Coming
yeah.
in and going, you're welcome. People are like, well, no.
Yeah, exactly. We had to come
This
in
is
and
what
be
we
like,
found.
literally sorry for even being here.
Yeah, we're
but
like,
how about a joke? And
here's
people
a
like,
show.
has anyone told you you're really funny? Like, and
Yeah.
yeah, like you know. And we had like we changed the opening of our show even to be like, we're Aussies. Like we hope this lands here, but if not, we'll probably kill ourselves. Like
Yeah.
some really like self-deprecating stuff.
Yeah.
And then they were like, I'm on board. So
Yeah.
like things like that we found interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's probably bang on where people don't like you to be the overdog. They
Yeah,
need you
yeah.
to be the underdog.
Do you slightly change your performance style in Australia or
Not
no?
anymore. Not anymore. I think
Yeah.
the first few years that I was here, and I don't know whether it's just because society has moved on, but I feel like
Sure.
in certain spheres of Australian society, not the ones that we move in,
Yeah.
but older people come in or like certain demographics come in, even if you just mentioned a controversial topic, they wouldn't check to see what your joke was on it.
Yeah.
They would just go, okay, you've mentioned a disability or
Yeah.
you've mentioned paedophilia or trigger warning after the fact. But like
Yeah.
you've mentioned this like big subject
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, I'm too scared to like laugh at that now.
Yeah.
So they weren't like actually listening.
Interesting.
But now I just feel like I've literally just walked out and changed some of the references that people don't get.
Yeah,
like I've had
yeah,
to cut a few
simple
bits
as
just
that.
because it's like I can't find an equivalent.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not working. It's not
Yeah.
worked for like 3 nights now, so get rid of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, I just feel like I think in some ways a lot of Australian audiences are nicer because like I did the first run of the show in Canberra and a couple of people came in late, and what I said on stage was like they came in and I was like, oh, latecomers welcome, and they went, we're so sorry we're late. And I went, fucking hell, like if you come in late in the UK, you would have come, shat on the stage, given me a wanker sign and said you're welcome. Whereas I just think Australian audiences want to be good. They want to be nice.
Interesting.
Whereas I think sometimes UK audiences can come in and just be like, nah, prove it.
Totally.
But it's so interesting. They go prove it, but when we come out with a prove it energy, they go no.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. I actually don't know this about you. Your entry into comedy, was it smooth sailing? Were you doing some pretty hard gigs for a long time before you built an audience? Did you have a moment where your audience size kind of catapulted? Like, what was the entry to comedy like for you? Were you doing open mic nights? How did you start?
Sorry, I have no way to know whether that's a question or not.
The way that and we have to, so true, this might be the last question we ask, but that's a question
Chloe.
actually for you. So how would you answer it?
I would answer it by saying I feel like I was able to do like the really conventional route and maybe one of the last generations that didn't have to rely on social media.
Interesting.
So I started when I was 21. I'm 31 now, so I've been doing it for 10 years.
Yep.
I did open mic. Then I got an agent who was like, we're not doing anything with you for 2 years apart from booking you onto every single gig we can around the country.
Wow.
Go gig. In 2 years, we'll see if you're ready.
Yeah.
And then after that 2 years, they were like, yep, we think you're ready. Like, let's get you debuting at Edinburgh.
Oh, great.
Put you out for panel shows, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the way that I've built my audience slowly, there hasn't been like an overnight success. And it comes from like supporting Ed Gamble on tour and then doing my own tours and then going to Edinburgh a lot. And I think it's just been like putting my name out there and just like trying to be really consistent in the live work.
How epic to be brought on by an agent who because I feel like agents are so often interested in like an immediate success. I feel like that's the ultimate professional like sign in an agent, someone who takes someone on and goes, we're here to support your like journey. We see potential, we're grabbing it, and we want to like water that plant
and foster it.
Like that's the coolest thing ever.
And it really makes me trust him because like looking back on it now, I'm like, oh God, I was not good enough then.
Totally.
What did he see in me? And I really respect
really
him
special.
for like taking that chance.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to open up our hotline right after this quick ad break. We've had a lot of DMs from many gorgeous little rats. But first, here's an ad. We opened up our DMs for our Bring Bring Bitch Hotline. Hit that sting.
Bring Bring Bitch. I kind of have a question, and you two seem really cool and hot and smart. Hello?
And we were flooded with messages because you have so many fans and so many people that love you. This is what the rats want to know. You can say no to any of these questions, but answer them all. It'll be a better episode. No pressure. Okay. What's the first one? Chloe, I would like to know, are there any gigs that stand out when you think of Australia? Any gigs that you've done here that you either loved, hated, interesting?
What a lovely question. The first time I ever did Max Watts was great. So for context, those that don't know, Max Watts, usually through the rest of the year is like a heavy metal bar.
Yes.
Home of rock, I believe.
Yeah.
Home of rock and roll, where we belong.
Yeah.
And basically, like, it fucking stinks. And, like, there's so much, like,
slimy
dirt ingrained into the carpets, the walls. Every time I, like, have a drink there, I could have, like, half a pint. I'll wake up feeling hungover.
That's so accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started having vodka cruisers instead. And then I had to ration them because I was waking up with a big headache.
What's your favourite
watermelon
vodka cruiser? You answered that so quick.
Yeah, because we don't have the watermelon flavour in the UK.
Oh, that's fucking
So the only reason I
life-changing.
drink them here is because I love the watermelon.
What do you got? Guava?
Nah, we ain't.
A poor man's watermelon. I've always said that.
Guava is a poor man's watermelon with Chloe Pets. That's the episode title.
What, my flumps has been usurped?
No, giddy.
We could do like a my flumps bracket. Anyway.
Maybe answer the question. We don't have to do the title card now.
So during the festival, it becomes like festival club,
Yep.
and shows get run there, and they do
Yep.
a late night show, which is a mixed bill. And the first time I ever did that, it felt like I was a rock star because I went out, I did good at the gig, to be honest. And then you have to walk through the audience after, and everyone's sort of running at you like they're a leper and you're Jesus of Nazareth.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And I love doing that.
This is completely unrelated to questions we're asking, but we're fucking vibing, man. It does remind me of, what did we say? Oh, yeah. What is a guava if not a poor man's watermelon? Do you remember our favourite thing that our friend said at Adelaide Fringe? I feel like you'll love this, Chloe. This is why I want to share.
I'm excited.
Our friend, some bats flew above us, and we were like, fuck, bats, what a weird animal. This is at Adelaide Fringe. We're like, that's so rogue. And then my friend, Guy Webster, I was like, Guy? Yeah. Goes, what's a bat, man, if not a queer dove?
It's so accurate.
That's being queerified doves? Are you kidding?
And then we've got a video of Mel doing it, but I'm like, no, it doesn't look authentic.
It doesn't hit the same.
come from Mel.
But do you know...
No?
Do you know what it is as well with bats? Is like...
Please.
Bats have had like a big comeback recently. Like I feel
have
like...
they?
Yeah, 100%.
Like aesthetically?
No, when I was growing up, like bats considered evil. They were an evil animal. And now everyone thinks they're really like cute and lovely and like a useful animal in the animal kingdom. And I think it's part of that like, the bad guys. We're in like an era of postmodernism.
We're in a villain era.
We're in a villain era
Yeah,
of postmodernism where like the villains are getting like their side of the story told. And
couldn't
it's
agree more.
I Am
inherently
Maleficent, the film.
That wouldn't have been the one that I jumped to, but that's that's great.
So let me make it about Disney. Why are you cutting me there with a millennial pause?
Chloe Pets,
Go
most
on.
insane heckle you've ever received?
Oh, okay. This one was a good one.
Yeah, go on.
I was doing a Zoom gig during COVID when we were all like locked down.
A Zoom gig?
Yeah.
Now, what does that entail?
You're on Zoom and then everyone's watching you on Zoom.
Sweet. And you pay for tickets?
You pay for tickets.
Sweet.
This is even more millennial. It was on Radio 4.
Perfect.
And I was doing my set and like it was going just fine. Like it wasn't a death. Like it was going well enough.
Because you're not hearing any laughter, I assume, back on a Zoom gig.
You can hear laughter.
you can.
They produce it so that you can hear the laughter.
Cool.
And it doesn't like affect your audio.
Sick.
And I was probably doing like a 9 or 10 minute set.
Yeah.
About 6 minutes in, I just hear someone go, do I have to be here?
Oh, perfect.
That's
And I
Jason,
stopped,
you're off mute.
but I was like, you don't. You're at home.
Oh, that's
You don't have to be. You can just leave.
You can't just.
You could be in Barbados if you change the green screen, Jason.
You could be anywhere you like.
You could be on
anywhere.
a fucking roller coaster or a fish tank. Go crazy, my king.
That's really
So that was my favourite one. It made me
Um,
laugh so much.
Okay,
You go.
Chloe Pets. Name a starting 11 footy team made up of celebrities only.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Can you explain that? I feel like this is a football fan that sent this in. What's a starting 11?
So that's like the 11 players that start a footy match, a soccer match.
Great. Build
So-
it with celebs.
So I'm going to have Mel Sam up front.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is this your dream footy team?
Yeah, it's my dream.
Hell
Great.
yeah.
Oh, maybe can I do it with like Australian comics?
You can do anything you want.
I'm a striker.
Centre mid, I'm having Ruben K and Virginia Gay.
Perfect.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like they might not be that good on the ball.
Yep.
Ruben K will do something with that.
Yeah.
But like I feel like they'll just use their like slutty voices to like
Yep.
distract the team, seduce the
Yeah.
team. Then I'm gonna have on left wing Eve Blake. She's a nippy little
Yep.
and she could count as a celebrity, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Jill Cosgriff on the right.
Yeah.
Centre backs. These got to be the big ones, winning balls in the air. Me.
Yep.
Yep.
And who's like a big
Burly.
a big burly? I want like
Kirsty Webeck.
me and Kirsty Weebeck
That's
at centre half. Yeah.
Perfect.
Also, if Mel and I were on your football team, this pillow that's in front of you, that's a soccer ball to me. That's what we'd be kicking around.
That is our version of a soccer ball.
We'd be kicking around this flower frisbee.
Like, it's not that.
Like,
Yes.
there's no
We'd be
one-
like, but
the
it's so
ball's over there."
pretty, Chloe.
And then, sorry, I've still got some more to go.
No, please.
Left
Thanks
back,
for creating my dream blunt rotation. Carry on.
Left back, Scout Boxall.
Yeah,
great
yeah.
call.
Right back, Just name a comedian
Lou
that we love.
Wall.
Michelle Brazier.
Yep.
In goal, Lou Wall.
Fucking
In goal,
hell.
Lou Wall,
Yeah.
100%.
Literally my dream blonde rotation.
You two making daisy chains and doing handstands up there. Like,
Hell yeah.
And us going, woo!
yeah, and it's like, no,
yeah.
you're playing the game.
Yeah.
You're not cheerleaders, you're playing.
I was going, can we make up a song?
and then
Making up your own chants.
and then Neve can be the mascot. Neve used to be the official Chelsea mascot.
Well, no, we have to wrap up soon. Oh, this is a really good one. And it's related to like things we've been asking. This person says so beautifully, Chloe's fits are always amazing. Nino, tied in alert. Need to know in caps, which shops and brands to get the pets look, please.
Okay.
Where do you love to shop, babe?
To get the pets look plus in Melbourne, you've got to go Haven on Gertrude Street. The Standard Store. They get some good
recommendation.
stuff in. It's sometimes the Standard Store is good.
Yeah.
Urahara on Smith Street. Just go anywhere down Gertrude or Smith. The brands that I like are YMC Studio Nicholson, Universal Works.
Yep.
What else? Let me see what I'm wearing.
Do you have a free tag? I feel like I've seen you with a free tag bag.
No, I don't have a free tag bag.
No.
I don't know what a free tag bag is.
You'd look great in a free tag bag, don't you reckon?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
also in Fitzroy. They're recycled shipping crates or containers that
They're really
turn into
cool.
bags. I've got
How
one.
did they compare to a crumpler?
They're kind of like the new crumpler.
The new
Yeah.
crumpler.
They
I'd
kind
say
of are
they're
the new
aesthetically more slate in my eyes.
I agree.
Okay.
FRIE.
They're a bit seamy, but they're vibes.
You'd look great in one. I'm going to buy you one. If I ever need to get you a present, Nino.
Nino,
That's what we're getting Chloe Pets.
Great. Well, we have to move on.
We have to wrap up the Q&A section, but I'll tell you what, we're going to have lots of fun in this next segment because I made it up. And it's called the Gay Olympics with Chloe Pets.
Awooga.
How do you feel about competing in the Gay Olympics, Chloe Pets?
So good, so competitive.
Great.
Is it? Do I need actual competition to be competitive?
No, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you some questions. The Gay Olympics is a game in which we set out to find the gayest thing in all of these categories that I'm about to give you. So I'm pretty much going to go, Chloe Pets, what do you believe is the gayest blah? And
Okay.
we're going to find the gayest thing.
Great.
Are you in for that?
I'm so in for
Hell
that.
yeah. We're going to start with a really easy one. Starts easy, gets harder. Chloe Pets, what is the gayest sport in the world, in your humble opinion?
Surely women's soccer.
Do you think it's gayer than softball?
Oh, I don't really know. We don't have a big softball culture in.
Softball cunt?
We don't have a big soft.
Soft cunt.
We don't have a
really
big
have
soft
big
cunt in the UK.
in our country.
It's all very hard and
Bristly.
bristly and wind damaged.
But do you have the what's the word? The stereotype that softball is the gayest sport?
No, because we just don't play it.
Whoa.
Women's soccer is, and
the gayest sport.
So then I think also men's netball. Have you seen the cunty little dances that the boys do before?
I just don't watch men play sport.
Men's netball. I think you'll love it because they do a dance at the beginning, which is
What kind of style?
a gay one.
really faggy.
Like,
Like there's a clip that went viral of some men's. I'm not sure if it was a club team or a national team doing. I can't remember any of the
team. It
details.
was the Australian
I was gonna
men's
say Tom's
The Australian
running.
men's
Ah.
team.
Yeah.
And what did they? It was it like I Want It That Way or something. Like,
yeah, it was
like-
very funny. You just got to Google
Yeah, it
it.
was
Oh,
amazing.
I love that. Also, we're obviously joined with our beautiful Tom in today's episode as well.
Thank you.
Right, next one is one I'm really passionate about because I have a really specific answer.
Okay.
And there are a few of these we can open up. I'd love to hear your
Yeah,
thoughts
I'd love
too.
to open it to
we
the
can
floor.
open it to the
yeah,
floor.
100%.
What is the gayest fruit? I have a really specific answer. I'll give you some thinking time.
I'm thinking like, it could go two ways. Like it could be a fruit that looks like some genitals.
Yeah.
Or it could be a fruit that just feels gay. Have you gone genitals or feels gay?
I would say feels gay. More.
Where does guava sit?
Poor man's watermelon. That's all I have to say.
Right, let's name
You can
some
go with
fruits.
guava 'cause there's-
Strawberry, kiwi,
There's no correct answer or wrong answer.
We're going to list all fruits, are we?
raspberry. Yeah, all fruits. Blueberry.
Please, millennial pause. Take your time to get there. Jesus Christ.
just find
you,
it-
banana.
It's not that though, is
Peach.
it? No, but I find it hard to just like recall fruits
Here's what...
on demand.
Fucking open up about that, man. What else? Go there.
Pomegranate. What about pomegranate?
So
Full of seeds, and then you open it and you put your finger in it. It sounds mushy.
Pomegranate's a strong answer.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you with this one and you go, fuck, that is the gayest
Yeah.
fruit. Passion fruit. Eating a passion fruit.
Oh god.
Eating a passion
I
fruit.
just genuinely felt a little bit aroused.
Yeah. Passion fruit is sapphic as.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah.
I think eating a passion fruit is gay, but I think the actual, yeah, perfect. What's going on here? Joe Rogan again with cunty eyeliner. I've got to stop having opinions on this mic. I think the actual look of a blackberry is incredibly gay.
What makes it gay?
It's just a bit bobbly and looks like it's about to go clubbing.
Looks like it's got bubble braids in.
Yeah,
It looks
club
like
kid.
one of the Gen Z techs at my venue.
It looks blackberries exactly. They're a blackberry looks like it's wearing a free tag bag.
New title alert. Chloe Petts' tech is a blackberry with Mel Sam.
I think blackberry.
Whoa. Okay.
Yep.
Huge.
And do you know what's fun as well? Mel Sam sounds like melon. Mel
Okay,
Sam.
it's really funny
So we're
you say
gonna have
that.
so many fruits.
Literally in the episode we just did, we talked about that.
Mel and Sam.
Mel and Sam. It doesn't matter.
And
We literally
raspberries are
don't have time.
bisexual. And raspberries are bisexual. And I
Right.
reckon when you buy a bunch of stuff for a fruit platter, it's like you buy the raspberries, you buy the strawberries, and then someone's like, I also got blackberries. It's like, the gay ones are coming along as well to be nice.
Guys, what is the gayest animal in the world? Isn't this a fun game?
This is great.
Peacock.
Peacock's good. Peacock, I feel like, is a gay man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, peacock's a gay man for sure.
Yeah, because all that like showing off to a woman is like
Yep.
you're
Yep.
trying a bit too
Yeah,
hard.
that's not a peacock.
like no
is,
straight man would do that to attract a woman.
No, and a
Yeah.
peacock is not the sapphic way, I would say.
Yeah.
Do we agree?
I reckon a
No,
stingray
definitely.
is very gay because it looks like a Timberland.
What's a Timberland? Oh, like
Shoe.
a boot.
It looks like a boot
How the fuck does a stingray look like a Timberland boot?
because it's kind of grey and suede.
Aren't they?
They're quite flat. It'd be quite like a wide.
Do you know
shoe.
what? I'll let
It would
you
be
have
more
And they
like
spread. They
flippers.
spread. Yeah, they're there to help.
They're there
The-
to-
the- yeah, I think a
that's
stingray's
something
pretty
quite
gay.
functional. I could see a carabiner on a stingray. I really strongly believe
I
that.
can see a
Do you know,
carabiner on stingray
just like
too.
off their little
100%.
Off
undercarriage.
the little stinger.
This is
And they're hanging out by the anchors of ships, and that's incredibly gay.
is it?
Dare I say all stingrays are anchored onto ships?
No, you dare say it, but I think no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about a barnacle then?
Yeah, barnacles, but
gay?
barnacles are twink.
Yeah, I have an answer. I gave it
Ready,
a lot of
I'm ready,
thought
I'm
in my pod prep. I reckon it's the penguin. Those little ones, the little faggy ones that waddle side to side.
I think that is pretty gay.
I wanted to say seahorse, but I think a seahorse is more like a cuck than a. Do you know what I mean? Just
I
like,
really do, actually.
Oh yeah, I'll look after the kids. Yeah, you go off.
What's that thing
You go
about
off
a
and shag
seahorse?
whoever you
They're
want.
regal as fuck, those seahorses. They're a bit lipstick lesbian as well.
Can't male seahorses have babies? What's the thing about seahorses?
Yeah, so that
that's
they look after
Yeah.
the babies, which I think is great and a great example of what men should be doing. But also,
I agree.
like in the current society that we live, it does feel like cuckish behaviour.
Hey, seahorse, that's what queer families can look like, man. Write that down.
That's good.
Guys, gayest musical instrument.
Oh, okay.
you guys must know what the answer to
I
this
think
is.
it's the clarinet.
Flute.
Nah, flute feels really, actually, aggressively straight to me.
Really?
Yeah. Flute gives me straight girl. Not derogatory, just facts.
Oh, I was thinking about like a man playing a flute.
Oh, sure.
Clarinet. I'm naming the instruments
Yep, go
again.
on.
Harp, bassoon. That's why can't I think of any instruments? Trumpet.
Harp, bassoon, the end.
Oh, that's weird.
Do you
little
agree
orchestra
that a
I've got.
clarinet is pretty gay?
Clarinet is pretty gay.
Yeah, I think it's gay, but
Oh, I
I didn't
think-
hang out with the music kids, so like.
I think a lot of people in high school who play the clarinet are dykes now.
Yep.
Well, I forget. You guys don't really say dyke in
We
the UK.
do. You're allowed to say it if you are one.
sorry
Oh,
to any UK listeners.
Sorry to the UK listeners.
Yeah.
Sam's girlfriend had to tell us when you first met. We were like, "You're the fucking dykiest bitch we've ever met. Dyke this, dyke supreme." And she was like, "I do have to tell you guys, it is a
You
little
can't
bit
be saying
offensive.
that.
Um,
like a
can you
bit too
maybe
much."
stop calling me a dyke?" And we were
So
like,
we'd like to
"That's so real."
apologise to anyone listening at home, you dykes.
Oh, I've
fucking
got the
dyke.
gayest instrument.
Go on.
Go on.
The harmonica.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
gay.
gay.
That's pretty gay.
It's funny though that you're like reaching for lesbian each time, whereas I'm reaching for like gay man
That's
or like
really
a blend of
interesting.
the two.
Yeah, sure. Maybe I should change it to the dykiest Olympics.
Yeah. I think the people in the UK would love that.
Yeah, I think they'd love that. All right, I know we have to wrap up, so I'm just going to do a few more. Okay, I'm going to end on these two. What is the gayest Mario Kart character?
Yoshi.
Whoa, yeah.
Don't you think he's like your uncle
Yeah.
that like lives alone?
And he's like, blah, 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 blah.
and and like you're like 7 and you're like, what's going on with Uncle Yoshi? and then one day you overhear your parents talking and they're like, oh, you know, is your gay brother gonna be there? And you're like, what? Oh, Yoshi's gay. And then you meet his like man friend who's like an accountant called Colin.
Oh my God.
And he's like, oh, that's Yoshi's special friend.
Yeah, that's just Yoshi's.
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
Uncle Colin.
Tom, do you have a thought on this?
I don't know. I went to Princess Peach for some reason. I don't know.
Lipstick Les vibe.
Yeah.
Big
Sammy?
time.
Guys, I don't play Mario Kart, so I'm letting you all
true.
just chat.
I forget. That's an inaccessible question for my wife. I'm sorry.
No, I respect it. It's fine.
I have one that's Yoshi adjacent.
Go on.
I think it's Birdo.
Birdo. Which one's Birdo?
It's kind of like the girl Yoshi. She's hot pink and she has a hole for a face, pretty much.
what?
Do you mean
right.
Kirby?
What? So she's just getting fingered in the face?
Birdo, I'm pretty sure.
I thought you went Kirby, the one that sucks everything and then spits it back out.
Oh no, but that's pretty fucking gay. That's really gay. No, wait, I'm going to show you also to make it accessible for my wife.
No, it doesn't
who
matter.
doesn't
I'm
play
still
Mario
having a
Kart.
great time.
No, but I want to show you because if you don't
I'm
know
still
her-
thinking about my boot stingray.
That would make some like great Gen Z shoes.
I agree.
That's
Yeah.
literally a clit sucker sex toy.
Oh, yeah,
that's a clit sucker.
That's so gay.
She's so gay.
That's a clit sucker.
And the little bow in her hair and the little lashes. Are you kidding?
Oh
That-
my God.
that's
That's the
gotta be
kind
your-
of comedy festival gay that sees 100 shows, wears 25 lanyards with all the different shows that they see. They're like, gotta run, gotta go down to the malt centre. See ya. That would have been a good joke if I finished
No,
the
you
delivery.
smashed it. You smashed it.
Oh, guys, that can be the end. Let's end it on Birdo getting fingered in the face. I think that's gorgeous.
And it's really nice that you've got a new catchphrase, Sam, which is, that's a clit sucker.
That's a clit sucker. Oh, Nino, having too much fun.
I'm having lots of fun.
You're
Chloe.
anchoring the next bit.
Welfare check. How you going in the pod?
Yeah, I'm having the best time of my entire life.
Hell yeah. We're going to move into... Oh, you can explain. Sorry.
No, it's yours.
Go.
It's yours, though.
But you go.
All right, we're going to move into a speed round of questions.
I'm still feeling guilty about you not knowing Mario Kart. and me
It's
ending
so
on that
beautiful.
question.
No, it's so,
God,
it's so,
you two are too cute.
so fun. It's
We
Mel.
can have a fight about it later.
It's Mel taking a beautiful note from me going, hey, just when we're doing guest ones, just make sure we'll have like open body language so I don't feel excluded. And it smelled like whilst Chloe was giving an answer going, hey, fun in this app, babe. It's
Just starts humping your leg.
It's really, yeah, please.
Permission to hump?
Just for humps. Absolutely.
Just for humps.
So it's a speed round of questions. We're going to rapid fire some questions at you. It's the first thing that comes to your head. If there's anything you don't want to answer, just go no and we can cut it out.
I'm also, caveat, really bad at improv and thinking quick when,
that's
when
so
I'm
fun.
required.
Hey,
I'll
but
do
you
my
know
best.
what? We know that it's
No
going to be
worries.
speed round with the millennial pause, and we respect it because the speed round is your version of speed. All right?
Editing team.
Okay,
Need for
okay.
speed.
Edit out all of the millennial pauses. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm a Gen Z and I can't have my brand tarnished.
We're going to go 1 for 1.
Great.
Imagine there's like a little egg timer coming
Yep.
that's happening on the screen. Okay. Chloe Petts. My favourite emerging comedian at the moment is...
Sharon Wanjoey in the UK. She's so good. She's gay. She used to be a teacher and she does loads of stuff about that. And she's like super confident, super watchable on stage. She's debuting at the Edinburgh Fringe this year.
Fantastic.
Look out for her. Sharon Wanjoey.
That's an
Sharon
epic
Jones.
answer.
Perfect.
Chloe Petts. If tradition had to change and all lesbians had to wear something else hanging off their pants instead of a carabiner, that thing ideally would be a...
Mini dildo.
It's perfect. My least favourite football team is...
Brighton,
Why?
because they're our biggest rivals. They're scum. Every single one of them is a criminal. And what I hate about them is that like everyone loves them because they're like meant to be this progressive club from like the gay capital of the UK, and they're all like
Right.
vegan, but they're pretenders. They're pretenders. They're shit. They've got a shit ground which is called the Amex. You have to take about half an hour of train to get out there. Then you can never get on a train back because they don't run regularly enough. And
damn.
all of the Brighton fans, they leave early. They're pretend fans. I don't like them.
Okay.
That's
Thank you for being
But
so
I
honest.
love the gay community that live there. Please keep coming.
Thank you, Brighton. Please support.
Okay,
Brighton.
complete this sentence. I cannot live without...
Morning coffee, reading a book.
It's perfectly
Nice.
millennial. Don't talk to me till I've had my morning coffee.
If I was a fragrance, I would have notes of...
Ooh, love that question.
Chocolate and friends.
Cute.
Something that should die is...
This is one of the things that I wrote on the plane.
Tell me.
When people have the flash on when they get a notification on their phone. Do you know those ones?
I know exactly
they're
what you're
rare.
talking about.
I don't know many people that
But
have
kill
this.
them.
I was sat next to one on the flight. I couldn't fall asleep because
No.
Well, you don't reckon that'll fit in your show? You're like, all right, guys, hear me out. I've been thinking about. That's really good.
Yeah, really, thank you.
Fuck
I
those
want that
bitches.
style.
Yeah.
Okay, finish this sentence. In a past life, I, Chloe Petts, was in a boy band, but I was kicked out for...
Shagging the fans.
Nice, go
Okay.
All legal.
Complete this sentence. If I got all squished up through a machine and made into a jelly bean on the other end, that jelly bean would taste like...
Do you remember the bogey flavour from
Yeah,
Bertie
I
Box's
do.
Every
Yeah.
Flavour Beans?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah,
I respect that. If there was a Disney Channel movie made about my life tomorrow, it would be called...
Chloe Petts, the My Flump story.
And I would be played by...
Gwendolyn Christie. Who's that? Brienne of Tarth. Do you watch Severance? God, this is
I
brilliant.
have to be honest, I don't know it. One more,
Okay,
Melly.
we have a few. No one ever thinks this, but I'm actually...
The former member of a Christian rock band.
Is that true?
Yep.
Aw. We're going to have to start this episode again. We're going to have to start with
I know
that.
we have to wrap up.
No.
I've just dropped a bomb.
Maybe we'll have to get you on another time and
I
complete.
did
We're
that on
fucking off the
purpose,
hit
yeah.
it toots.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger alert.
Cliffhanger alert.
That's brilliant. There's so much more to ask, but we're actually going to have to leave it there and move on to the next segment.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yep.
That's brilliant. But
I know
I'm
what we're
gonna-
going to do. I know what we have to do.
Yeah.
We do the hit it toots, but as the Christian rock band that Chloe left.
yeah.
True. True.
I'll teach you one thing about the Christian rock band.
Can you please?
Is that this will feature in the song? Is that I made up a hand signal for all of our fans to do, and by fans I mean members of the congregation. So we played Christian rock. I made that into a portmanteau croc, and the hand signal that I made everyone do is you've got the rock bit of it, which is classic rock sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you just whack Jesus on the cross.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
That's why we do speed round of questions.
That's why.
You have to understand, I did it with
Yeah.
a wink.
How old
That-
were you? How old were you when you did this?
17.
Oh wow!
Jeez.
Right, we're getting you back on the pod, and we're unpacking
That's
the
where
Christian
unpacking
rock
that.
band.
We're going to move swiftly now into a Kick Ons. It's a question we ask every guest. Mel and I like to work in extremes and in opposites. I want you, Chloe Petts, to build us a day in the life of your personal hell. So what does your day look like? You can be as absurd or as realistic as you want. Mel and I kind of talk about the space that we live in, what's around us, what happens throughout our day, who we meet, what we eat, what we listen to. You can build it however you want. What is your personal hell through the eyes of Chloe Petts?
Like a wake up at like 5 a.m.
Yep.
Like an early morning wake up.
Yep.
And I haven't got enough sleep.
Yep.
Then I have to get up and like get a cab somewhere.
Yep.
And then I like to do like a radio interview.
Yeah.
And then I have to do the radio interview, and then I have to go and get a train somewhere to do like another bit of work which I can't be bothered to do.
Lots of
Yep.
traveling.
Lots
Yep.
of traveling. And then like I haven't really had time to eat properly until lunch. So
Yep.
I just feel a bit sick the whole time.
Big Queens Town.
And then
What do you eat for lunch on your hell day?
on my hell day, the thing is I like most food, so I wouldn't really mind. But like if it was just like, oh God, what would be a terrible thing to eat? Name bad things.
Oh, you don't even.
Oh,
have
if it
to-
was just like a sausage, like if it was a sausage roll.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if it was
yeah,
First
just
thing,
Something that
right
sits
now.
a bit funny.
Yep.
yeah. Whereas I like it to be like a vegetable, you know,
Yep.
a nice
Yep.
sandwich, or
Yeah.
Yep.
maybe a chocky bar, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And then afternoon, I have to do something that requires a lot of energy, but I don't have time for a nap.
That's so good.
Oh.
So
So
you're
then you're
running
just-
on empty.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're
What's
just
the song that's playing throughout the day for you?
that song that goes, oh, I swear to you, I'll be there for you. This is not a drive-by.
perfect.
That's bang on.
Because the thing is, I've never listened to that song the whole way through. I know every lyric.
You've been driving by.
This is not a drive-by. The way you move me, everything is groovy. Move me and groovy.
Do you have the vocal range for?
They don't like it, sue me.
Thank you for that beautiful downward
Baritone.
scale.
Okay.
Oh, that is so good. A dry sausage roll with no nap is
Listening
insane.
to Train.
Listening to drive.
Jesus
That was a
Christ.
perfect
Thank you for
answer.
answering that question. We have hit it, Toots, and then it's time to finish the episode. Why don't you
Time
introduce
to
it, my
wrap
love?
up.
Singing is not annoying, and everything is better as a song.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hit It Toots, the segment where we do musical improv. Now, I need you to know, Chloe Pets, there is no pressure on this segment. It can be rap, it can be stupid, it can be
You can
whatever you
speak
want it to be.
dialogue. You don't
Yeah.
even have to
You
sing.
can just speak if you want. We generally decide on a topic or a thing. There are so many things we chatted about in this episode. What could it be?
What do you feel? Is there something you feel
Yeah.
comfy it being?
What would you like it to be?
Well, should it be something from the episode?
Yep.
So I think it should be like about it should be like a love song about like the leg that you're humping.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, that's
I think
fantastic.
that's perfect.
Yeah?
Do you want to introduce it, Chloe? Take it away.
Okay, this is a song called Me and My Humps.
Hit it, Toots. Do you want to start or you want us to start?
I need to get you start. You
Okay.
start.
You start.
There's a thigh, it's over there. I'm coming up to hang out with the thigh. The sky is blue.
And I don't know what to do. I want to get that ankle, maybe put it around my neck and kiss it, smooch it, lick it, fuck it.
There is a leg that I feel a passion for. I know that I have not been here before.
Yes!
As I move closer, I see it I feel deep inside that I wanna get down on that thigh.
That thigh could be hairy. That thigh could be bald. All I know is I want it in my mouth hole.
And when it's jeans, there's lots of friction. And Fergie released my humps, but this is a better conniption that I'm in. I'm humping the thigh. My humps.
I'm fucking the thigh. You may call me a thigh sucker, but I am a big clit sucker.
Yes!
I'm fucking a thigh.
They're humping a thigh, goodbye.
Oh,
Okay, next verse would be the romantic relationship that you start having with the thigh.
Yeah, babe, if you want to go, keep going.
No, I'm done.
thank you for releasing my lumps, my humps, thigh fucker, clit sucker with us. Can't wait for that to hit the charts and us to quit comedy forever.
Absolutely.
And tour as a trio.
Chloe, you did so well in that.
Thank you. Well, it's actually because obviously I've started going out with Eve Blake, who writes musicals, and I genuinely think that I've got better at improvised musicals since we've been going out. Because
Yeah.
I'll always make up a little morning song about
Yeah.
what's going on. Maybe I'm brushing my teeth and it needs to be soundtracked. And she's really helped me with my rhymes.
What a beautiful
That's
thing.
so special. Not you dropping the Eve Blake thing at the end. I'm so obsessed. It's very gorgeous.
So this is love.
Chloe, where can people find you if they want to see more of your stuff?
Instagram is my main thing. Look, I might try to pivot into the TikTok sphere.
Look out.
Hell yeah. What's your Instagram handle, please?
At Chloe Pets.
Fantastic.
I can't remember what the TikTok one is, but just
You're fine. We'll put it in the show notes as well. All the best for your
chloepets.org
run.
is my website.
Sorry, I
Because-
just fully spoke over you.
No, that's not your fault. Chloepets.org is my website, and I'm sorry that is a millennial way to consume media, but
No,
I
Not
have
at
to
all.
accept it.
Websites are important.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you for being such a gorgeous guest on the pod and for your beautiful English dulcet tones that are hitting our ear holes.
We actually adore you.
I adore you.
and we
adore
love what
you.
you do so much.
When we leave, can we do that thing where I stand in the middle of you and you swing me and I jump?
I would love nothing more
100%.
than that. Lock
Okay.
it in.
I wish we would.
Thanks for listening, you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. And see you next time, rats.
See you for a Ratfood on Thursday. Go follow Chloe. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Bye.
This is a Grouse House podcast.
Mel and Sam would like to acknowledge that this podcast was created and recorded on stolen land.
The original custodians of this land have had a rich history of storytelling for over 65,000 years, and we pay our respects to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, whose land we are making Ratbag on.
Treaties were never signed, sovereignty was never ceded, always was and always will be Aboriginal land.